Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene, in my old spot. I don't record too many videos here anymore for my public channel. I do for patrons and YouTube members, but I used to do that a lot for you guys, but now I mostly talk to you when I'm in my car or if I'm doing a tutorial. But I haven't had a video for, I've skipped 3 days. The last one I had was Thursday, the Hannaford one, and I didn't do anything Friday. I completely forgot. First of all, I was busy. I was still hoping to have like a date night premiere Friday night, but I completely forgot about it. I mean, I was so busy. So we didn't have our Friday night premiere. I'm still going to try to do Friday night premieres, so don't give up on that. I just couldn't do it. And, Saturday, Sunday, all consumed with frenzy. Today's Monday. I've started packing orders, and I got to the point where I couldn't do that anymore today. So I thought I'm going to sit down and talk to you guys for a little bit, just to let you know I haven't dropped off the face of the earth. It's just that I'm busy with the frenzy right now, and I do want to spread the frenzies out a little bit more because 4 weeks apart is too much for me. It comes too quick. It takes almost a whole week for me to do the packing and getting all that done, the sale and then the orders and all that. Then I only have 3 more weeks to get ready for the next one, and it takes a lot of time to set up for that. So I'm going to try to space them out 6 weeks like I used to do. I think it was 6 weeks that I always did, and that's good enough. 5 or 6 weeks, but I think 6 is better. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that that's why I haven't been recording, but I also want to let you guys know, don't worry about the Afghan, the log cabin Afghan. There will indeed be episode number 5, but I don't feel like I can record it until I'm done with the orders. So maybe another day or 2, and if I can squeeze it in there, but it's like I need a clear day to just do certain things, and it's hard to switch gears from packing mode to, oh my goodness, I have to sit now and crochet. So I will have it. I will. And I don't know if it's going to be the next video I have or if maybe I'll do the concoction, the trail mix concoction. I'm not dropping the ball on that either. I want to do both of those. Then the next project I'm hoping will be something back with sewing, quilt top or something like that. And other stuff in between. I'm anxious at the end of this week. I'm assuming I won't be, going too much earlier than the end of the week because, again, I'm busy. I will be going to Shaw's to go shopping to pick up a few things, but I will be sending Nancy to Hannaford tomorrow to get bread for my mother and milk. We need both of those things for my mother, and I'm going to talk about all that in a little bit. But what else did I want to say about the other stuff? Oh, about the Afghan blocks. Oh my God. I think I came up with like the perfect way that I want to put these together. I've been, really like thinking about that because I want the log cabin blocks to, just be joined without like stiff ridges in between, like crocheting them together. And where there's all different colors and I don't want to put a border around each, I was like, I want it to be somewhat invisible. Now I know there are a lot of seamless ways to do it. I have watched a lot of videos, but the one thing that almost all of them were showing to do a seamless connect is like to do it on a table. And I just don't want to do that. I want to be, even though I don't have a lot of blocks to connect, I don't want to be doing at a table. And, if you guys are making big Afghans, I don't want you to be forced to be sitting at a table. I don't know. If you're like me, I like to crochet in front of the TV, and just have that and, have yarn on the couch. And, I just like to be comfortable and do it that way. So today I put my thinking cap on, and I said, I have an idea, and I'm going to try it with just, holding pieces and doing it that way. So that's, I assume, the way I'm going to be showing you guys. So do, wait patiently for episode number 5, and it will be coming right around the corner. Okay, let's talk about the Hannaford video. I have, I don't know, this might be a long video. I am not going to be in rant mode. I don't really think I was in rant mode or feeling all that upset even on that day. And I think most of you guys kind of felt the same way about, wanting to get what you want at a deli. But it's so much not about the actual roast beef. I want to make that very clear. But it interests me so much how people interpret what someone says on a video. First of all, please remember that this is what I do for a living. I do videos, and a big part of that is the car vlogs, taking you to the store when I can, bring you in a store. And then, the other part is, sewing, fun things, crochet, whatever. But the car vlogs are what feel like home to me, because when I very first started my channel, one of the first things that I did, other than just, showing my hands doing crafts and stuff, was the car vlogs. And it was pretty steady because I used to go to Shaw's supermarket every Monday to pick up the Shaw's flyer so I could start doing the deals for the next week on my coupon blog. And so that became a regular thing, the car vlogs. So I like car vlogs. You know how hard it is to think of something to talk about in a car? And I take you guys out quite often. So normally in real life, the whole little roast beef thing, would I be like on social media bitching about that? No, I don't do any of that on social media. But it would not have been something even really worth talking about, except for the fact that I was going to be doing a car vlog. So it's like, oh, I have something I can actually talk about. So I want to make you guys understand how this all really transpired. It was like 2 years ago that I came home with roast beef, 2 pounds. This is before I ever realized that they would sell brown roast beef. I had gotten it a few times, just a few times, and it was pink and delicious. And like 2 years ago, I came home with brown roast beef, 2 pounds. I went back to the store. I was like, I'm surprised that you guys would even sell this. I mean, there was not an ounce of pink on it. And I thought, is there something wrong with this? I mean, it didn't smell bad, but I didn't want it. So that's when I was told that, you're going to have to ask them to see it. And at that time, I was told they won't cut it for you. I don't know how I was told that. I don't know if I said, do I need to ask for them to cut or whatever. So I was aware way back then, 2 years ago, that I just had to ask to see it. And if I didn't like it, I was walking away. I knew that, and I understood that, and I didn't bitch about that. It's what the store wants to do. So I was like, that's the way they do it. That's the way they do it. So now, about 7 months ago, I did my same thing. I went up to the deli. I asked to see the roast beef, and it was pink, but it was getting close to the end. So I said, I'll take up to 2 pounds as long as it's still pink. If it starts getting to be brown, stop, and I'll just take that much. And I know I was clear because I was so concerned about it being right, and also that it needed to be thin. I always want it to be thin. And usually while they're slicing, I'll just go and look at other things, like maybe I'll go to the wings bar for my mother, which is like right there, or I'll look for a marked down chicken, whatever. And I come back and she gives me the packages, and I look and I can see that it was brown. And that's the time that I ended up crying to the manager. I wasn't crying because of roast beef. I was crying because of my social anxiety, which I know so many of you believe isn't real because I'm doing videos, but it's a totally different thing. And I'm not even going to get into that. I have a hard time asking for something that I want. I feel like I'm being a pain in the ass, even though I was even told, always ask them if you can see it. So I did, and I was clear as to how, give me up to 2 pounds as long as it's pink. And that woman ended up saying to me, you said 2 pounds or whatever. And then I remember I just felt like now they were upset that I wasn't even taking it. And it's like, you don't want it now? No, I didn't want it in the first place. I didn't want you to cut if it was brown. So when I talked to the manager, I was crying because I was sad that all that had to happen. I felt humiliated. And again, I wasn't bitching to him about the fact that I didn't have roast beef. I was upset about how that all played out. 7 months go by now, and I'm in the car talking to you guys again about roast beef. Now, stop and think how many times I have bitched about roast beef in 2 years. I don't know if ever, other than those particular times. I might have told my story at one point as to why I went years without ever ordering roast beef, and it goes way back to, I'm going to say in my 20s, and I asked for shaved, and they said they didn't have time for that. And I think I did tell that story because I did ask at Hannaford once if they could shave it. And they were like, well, of course we can shave it. And the machine even does it by itself. So it's not like they're there for, 20 minutes shaving 4 pounds of roast beef for me. So, but yeah, so there was a time that I got like a no, they wouldn't shave it because they didn't have time for that. And it was years before I ever got the nerve to ask for roast beef again. But I didn't ask for shaved because that was like, I thought, just asking for too much. So I started at Hannaford ordering it a little bit at a time, and then I had the time that I had to return the brown meat, and then now I have this time. So what it was with this time is that you guys see me at Hannaford quite a bit. I do quite a few car vlogs at Hannaford. Anytime I was successful at getting roast beef, I let you guys know. I bet if you would go watch every Hannaford video, most of those videos, you'll see that I don't talk about roast beef. I most likely asked, but it wasn't pink. So there's a lot of times that I have gone to the counter and even waited, and sometimes I'll be like looking, are they slicing roast beef? And then it's like, oh, I wonder if that woman's gonna take it all. But I'll wait because I'm anxious to, be next in line and hopefully get it pink. And a lot of those times, slice, slice, slice. Oh, the next person wants a bunch, and then it's me. And I'm like, no, that's all right. Thank you. I'm going to pass. And I'm not mad that I'm leaving without the roast beef. I kind of feel uncomfortable because they're always like, what? Like I'm saying it's rotten. No, it's just not my favorite kind of roast beef. I want it to be pink. So a lot of you guys after that video thought that I was being just outrageously ridiculous. It's only roast beef and you're going to have a hissy fit and you cry over it and, oh, you think you deserve everything that you want. And it's not that at all. It is so not that. I don't know how else to explain it. Can it come across like that in a car vlog? Yes. I was recording for you guys and telling you my story. I'm a very animated person. I'm not going to just sit in the car and talk to you like that. I can't even do that here. I'm always, my hands are always flailing around. That's just the way I am. And I was so glad I had something to talk about in the car. Now, this time, again, like every other time, I was like okay with it. I was like, no, that's okay. It's not pink enough. But this time, as I was walking around the store, it dawns on me that, holy shit, I asked for roast beef so many times, and it just is bizarre to me that when you go to a fucking deli, which is meant to be able to order what you want, I can't believe I leave this store over and over again without roast beef, and it was time to like really know why. Hang on. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, good evening. This is Jack Vacca calling for the Firefighters Support Association.
Are you on a recorded line?
Is that the committee? Oh, do I sound that bad?
Oh, yes you do. You're not a recording?
Oh, I was just saying the tragedy...
You are a recording. That's a very clever recording. What's your name again? Hello? That one was pretty good. I fell for it for a minute there that he was real. Anyway, put the camera back on because I was like, this might be just a junk call. Let's have fun with it. I'm in a fun mood. All right. So, where the hell was I? Walking through the store. This is silly. I'm going to a deli. You know, it's not like I'm going to the deli and asking for something outrageous. What would be outrageous? What would be an outrageous order at the deli? I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything outrageous. Oh, and one thing I want to say before I forget, so many have said this in my comments, and I absolutely disagree 100%. Don't they know the customer is always right? I've always hated that saying. I hate it. The customer is not always right. It doesn't mean a customer has the right to go into a store and demand unreasonable things or to have a big hissy fit and think that that's okay. First of all, I didn't have a big hissy fit. I talked to this woman quite a while, just at a normal voice. Oh my God, I'm having a hard time recording. Here's another one. We'll try this one. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica White, calling on the recorded line. Can I speak to Louis Jenkins?
Are you live or is this a recording?
Yeah, I'm calling on a recorded line.
Do you mean it's being recorded, but you're there just talking to me for real right now?
No, this call is on a recorded line.
What's your name again?
Jessica White.
Okay,
Look
so...
for Louis Jenkins.
Well, you're going to have to look in my dresser drawer because that's where his ashes are.
Okay. Or do you have any other phone number to reach him right now?
He's dead?
He's dead?
Yeah, that's why his ashes are in my dresser drawer.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You don't want to talk to me?
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. This is a personal business matter.
You have a personal business matter with my husband? I don't think so.
Oh, you're his wife?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I can discuss this matter with you. So, if you don't mind me, I know your name?
I'm not telling you my name. No, I'm not telling you my name.
Okay, no problem. All right. So just make sure we have right party. Do you still receive your mail?
You have the wrong Louis Jenkins. He never lived there.
Okay. And what about, could you please verify his date of birth just to make sure we have right party on the line?
No, I'm not verifying anything. You verify to me, and I'll tell you if it's the right party on the line.
Okay. Okay. Sir, we have...
No, that's wrong.
Okay. All right, yeah, we must have the wrong number.
Yes.
I'll delete this number, okay?
Okay, thank you. Oh my God, what were we talking about? That was just kind of fun. I think I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start picking up these calls. But see, she didn't get what I was saying. Some of them it's recorded. You know what I mean? They call and they, this is, and it's all just recorded. I do believe the call right before that was recorded. It seemed like it knew what to say if you said something, but she was really there. That's not my husband. And if you wonder why she called him Louis, that was his name, Louis Jenkins, Louis Andrew Jenkins, and he went by Andy. And he really is in my dresser drawer. Right next to where I sleep. That's where I keep him. okay, Hannaford, I have no clue where I was. She walked up. I knew at that point I wasn't going to be shopping there anymore. Not because of the roast beef. And it wasn't just because of that one incident, but it's because of the whole history of it. It just doesn't make sense. And I'm not concerned just for me. I know a lot of people like pink roast beef. Oh yeah, so back to the customer is always right. That is so not true. I would never, never expect to be able to make a scene, which I didn't make a scene. That's right. I was trying to say that. I did say something about the, I don't want to work that hard for fucking roast beef, and I said it, loud enough. Let's see. I don't want to work that hard for fucking roast beef. Probably like that. And don't you think for 1 minute before I said that, I knew that I was burning a bridge, and I didn't care. I didn't care. I knew I was done shopping there, and I was like, I might as well just end on a good note. I thought that was a good note. And I left, and I left all my groceries there, and I left. And it's not that one thing. It's that, and not only that, they were a pain in the ass to me way back in the coupon days. They didn't like me to send couponers to their store. They didn't like to be hassled. They even had the whole commercial campaign of, we're the place that our prices are low, so you don't have to use a coupon. So there was that history, and then there's this bullshit of just, having some stupid ass reason as to why they can't give somebody pink meat. You go to a deli. Well, there's all kinds of roast beef there. I would like some of that nice pink roast beef that I know is inside. Sorry. This is what we're selling right now. Like I said, with the whole donuts. Oh my goodness, a new batch of chocolate donuts just came out. I'll take one of them. Sorry. We have to sell off this tray because this is the tray that's available to you right now. You came in at the time where I'm selling you this piece of shit white donut. But I see that you have a lot of donut. Yeah, but we don't do it that way. It's not in the system. It's not in the system to do it that way. So, and when I got home, I did call corporate, and I actually had somebody get back to me. I don't want to get into that right now because this is a long enough video as it is. So if I have anything interesting to tell you later, I certainly will do another update, as I told them, because I was very happy to tell them that I had an audience watching this video. I told them I had a video. Told them maybe you'd like to watch it. Maybe you'd like to look at the comments. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about the comments. I was like, you can see how people feel about roast beef. But anyway, so back to the customer service thing. It's, you can't, go into a store and have a hissy fit, or you can't demand something unreasonable. Do you know what I'm saying? But asking for a certain cut of the meat, that's what a deli is fucking for. If you don't care what color the roast beef is, you can go buy the prepackaged stuff, So again, it's not about the roast beef, and it's not about the customer's always right. I don't care to be right. Do you know what I would love? I would love it if the store would have said, we totally get that there's pink roast beef, and then on the ends it's not so pink, but you know what? We don't give a shit. We're serving it to the customer as they come. That's what they get. If they don't like it, they can leave. I would love that kind of honesty, because that's really what it boils down to. They don't want to cut another one. I get that. They should just come out and say, we don't want to cut another one. We just don't. It would be so funny to me to see a sign like at the deli, you're free to order here, but you're going to have to be willing to take what we give you. And I've mentioned this to patrons and members and, daily chats that I do with them. It's like I would shop forever at a store that was that fucking honest. I just think it would be hilarious. Excuse me, could you help me find the green beans? I have no interest in doing that. Thank you very much. I would have so much fun with people like that. I would appreciate it. I just think it would be a riot. I just do. So really, to me, out of all this, the thing that bothered me the most is that I felt like I was not so much being lied to, but they couldn't answer my question. And instead of them just saying, I don't know the answer to that, they're making up stuff about, well, it's more waste, gotta throw a slice away. And then the 2 sticks, I understand that. But I've been told by others that their Hannaford will absolutely cut from the center. So even if this is a corporate-wide thing, other stores are doing what they want. So I just found the whole thing interesting, but I know there's always those out there who just think I'm trying to just make a big deal out of nothing. I don't think it's nothing. I think overall customer service is important. And I can guarantee you that those bitching to me about how I was, they're the first ones to cause an actual scene or to be really pissed off. They wouldn't shop for 2 years and be okay with not having roast beef 90% of the time, leaving without whatever they wanted. They're the people that would cause the biggest stink and go on social media and just bitch about it, but still shop there. See, I'm different in that once I make up my mind to say, I've had it with this store and I'm going to say so to the world, I'm not going back. I'm just not going back. I'm just not. And other people are telling me, well, you can try getting roast beef or cook your own. Oh, the whole cook your own thing. Again, that's not the point. I'm not saying I'm going to die if I don't get my roast beef. I don't care. I went years, probably when in my 20s, when I stopped, 20s, 30s, 40s, 30 years? And I never got roast beef unless maybe I went to a buffet or some kind of function, a wedding that might have had some roast beef. I don't care. It had nothing to do with the actual roast beef. But if it's there and I'm willing to buy it, I would like to be able to buy it and not have to depend on whether or not I hit the store at the right time. The meat is the right color pink. Somebody had an analogy in my comments, and I can't remember all that she said, but it was like, you go to the steakhouse, a restaurant, you walk in and you sit down and you say, I'd like my steak medium rare, and they're like, oh, the chef who cooks medium rare isn't available right now. He's doing something else, but we have a chef that will cook it well done. You know what I mean? I know that's off the wall, but that's how I feel it is at the deli. It's off the wall. You go to a steakhouse and they're serving steaks, and you should be able to order that steak any way you want. Yet, come back tomorrow. That chef that does the medium rare, he might be on tomorrow. But I'm here today, but I'm sorry. We're not ready to give you a medium rare today. It's not in the system. Going to the tire shop. I need a new set of tires and I want this kind. Yeah, we have them back there. But we just got those. We're selling these first. You have to have this brand. Or even at the deli. You want Old Neighborhood Darlene, but we just opened another brand. That's the kind you have to get. See, now, wouldn't that be silly? That would be silly, wouldn't it? I don't know. So I'm amazed by all of this. I was very entertained by the whole Hannaford thing and also by the whole comments thing. It cracks me up that some people don't even stop to think this woman is recording a video for YouTube. It's like I don't go around in my daily life trying to find things to bitch about. There's plenty of things to bitch about. We all have things to bitch about. But when I'm doing a video, I'm telling you about my current life, and I'm always happy to have a topic to talk about. So I was very happy to have that to talk about. And, I don't know. I just thought it was a very fun video. I enjoyed it very much. And my mother will be getting her bread from there. I don't care, but I'm not going to ask Nancy. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. People keep telling me, ask Nancy to get it. First of all, I wouldn't do that. Again, it's not about the roast beef. If I was there and I felt like having it and they didn't have it for me, I would leave and it was okay. That's what I did for like 2 years at Hannaford. But I'm not asking Nancy to do that and have her have to say, oh no, it's not pink enough. And, have her be put in that position. The other thing is Nancy is my mother's personal aide, not mine. We have her through a program for the elderly in Maine, EMI, Elderly Maine Independence. EIM. I have that backwards. Elderly Independence of Maine, I believe is what it is. She's not allowed to do stuff for me, and I don't expect her to, and I don't ask her to. She can clean my mother's living area, help my mother, cook for my mother, shop for my mother, play cards with my mother, do whatever. She doesn't do anything in this house other than for my mother, and I would not ask her to go pick up anything for me. Even when she goes to Dollar Tree, I send her to Dollar Tree just for items for my mother. I don't say to her, and could you just pick up, that one sensitive toothpaste for me? I don't do that. I have no interest in doing that. I can go do my own stuff. So no, that whole thing. And the other thing that kind of bothered me, and I'm hoping everybody was kidding, was people saying just buy a whole shitload of the roast beef, and then, when they get to the pink part, just, put the other stuff back. I would never do that. I'm not there, again, that it's so important for me to have roast beef that I'm willingly going to just waste roast beef. And even if I did that, how long do you think it's going to take for them to realize that I'm doing it? But it's not even a matter of that. I just wouldn't do something like that. So I really do hope the people who were suggesting that were kidding. I really do. But the customer is not always right. I don't know where that ever came from. I think a customer should always be listened to, and I wish stores would have better programs in place to listen to their customers. I think it would be just so awesome if, a Hannaford would have like a convention and have people come and let them talk and, talk to each other. They always say, we do what's right for our customers. How do you know what's right for your customers? Do you ever ask them? In my whole life, no one has ever said, Darlene, while you're here at the store, could we talk to you? Or, to anyone in the store. I don't see that. There's suggestion cards, stuff like that. But I've never seen anybody in this town of mine, which is now a city, I've never known a business to reach out to their customers in any way. And, I don't even know that they have to. I want Hannaford to run their store any way they see fit. I really do. I really want them to say, we're not ever cutting this fucking thing in half to give you pink fucking meat. And I would love for them to say it exactly like that, because that would be right up my alley. I would just be like, you have a customer for life. And I will just continue to walk away without my pink meat, because it would be an honest reply. And if they say that's just the way we do it and we're not changing for anyone, I'd be like, okay, that's pretty fucking awesome, because you told me the truth. You didn't, give me this little bullshit about, oh, we have to cut the slice of this. So it's a waste. We're going to waste that slice. But, if I would have been like, banging my cart, this sucks, I want my roast beef. I've never said to them, I want the roast beef. Never. I've never demanded the roast beef. Now, see, that would be where the customer's not always right. If they say no, and I demand it, no, they need to have somebody come and escort me out of that store. The customer's not always right. You can't just have your way. But I was being reasonable in what I ordered, and I was being reasonable in asking, why can't I get it that way? I just wanted to know why, and then I didn't like the bullshit little, kind of stories I was getting. And I was just happy to leave there. It was kind of sad for a split second, but then I was like, oh my God, I feel free. I feel free. I don't have to have that anxiety every time I go in the store and I want to go up to the counter. Every time I go in, I go to the roast beef counter. And it's always uncomfortable for me. Always. And I don't have to do that anymore. Will I check to see if Shaw's has Old Neighborhood? You can bet your sweet ass I will. If they don't have it, I don't care. I'm not interested in the Walmart stuff. They have some that they sell just rare, but it was really pricey. Again, I can look, but it's not about having to have roast beef. It's just like that couple years ago when I mentioned I was on the hunt for ribbon candy. I just wanted to see if stores had ribbon candy. People from all ends of the earth were telling me I could get ribbon candy on Amazon for like $20. So it has nothing to do with that. I just wanted to tell you guys what happened in the store. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Sometimes you'll get boring car vlogs. Sometimes you'll get interesting car vlogs. But you know that this is what I do for a living. And it's not that I'm some kind of like crybaby complaining. If I complain a lot in videos, it's because it's just what kind of naturally comes out. I don't know. I think it makes for a more interesting story to tell than for me to just continuously, show you my 10 pounds of ground beef. I mean, how many times can I do that? Apparently a lot, because I've done it a lot. I think you guys know what I mean. So I will let you know if I hear anything back. You can go read the comments if you want. I actually wanted to read some of them, but maybe I will down the road. But again, I didn't want to rehash the whole thing, and but please stop saying the customer is always right. At least to me, don't say that to me, because that's not the case. And I know that people must think I'm really like a monster customer, and I'm not. Will I get fed up? Yes, I will. But I know, because that's why I tell you guys all the time, like in Walmart, if I have trouble with the pharmacy and things, I say quite often, I have to keep my cool. I can't burn bridges. I have to keep my cool, because I don't ever want to say something that's going to make me not feel like coming back. But when I do say something, it's because I've made my decision to not go back. And I know somebody said, oh, you'll be back there. No, I won't. Maybe if they had a whole different roast beef rule, I don't know. But I still don't think I would, because it's not about that. I still would rather just say, that's awesome that they changed their ways. That would be so awesome for me, because I know other people would appreciate being able to order the roast beef that they want. And I would be happy with that. But I think what I've gone through with them, I don't have to go back there. I have other places I can shop. So I'm good with it. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit in my house. And we even got to listen to some phone calls. Let me know if you like that. It's a coincidence. I told my mother today, I said, I think the next time I get a call, I'm going to talk to it on camera. And I got 2 of them tonight. So cool. So cool. Oh, and if you are interested in a little bit more customer service stuff, and you'll see that I didn't lose my cool, I recorded a call with Walmart.com about an order that I didn't get. And that's just, a usual hot mess. Little things become so difficult to have corrected. And I recorded me talking to the person and listening to it back when I was editing. I was like, how could anyone know what she's talking about? I mean, it's just, so I think I'm going to start having fun with that phone call stuff. All right, you guys, I have to go because I have to go. I have to edit this, upload it, and I wasn't going to have a premiere, but I think I need a premiere now because I invested some time in this, so I want to chat with you guys in the sidebar during the premiere. All right, that's it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.